Afternoon, everybody. How we doing? Bit bright. Oh, it's a bit bright, isn't it? Let's cut that down a bit. That's better. How are we all doing? Got a few in by the looks of it. I'm just sorting myself out here. Laptop's moving towards me for some reason. So we got Timothy in first. Hi, Tim. Brett's in. Hi, Brett. Dids. No finger about today, Dids. Ben. How you doing, Ben? Joe's in. Bishop's fart. Afternoon, Jess. He's going mad again. What's going on with this chat? Right, okay. Daniel's in. Hi, Daniel. Jeer. Hi, Jeer. Nick's in. Link about keycad. Danish, how you doing? Making breakfast. Nice. Mike Cass, hi Mike. Thomas and Susie are in. Thomas, Susie. Harvey's in. Chris. Hi, Chris. Aaron's in from Cornwall. Rainy. It's actually quite sunny here at the moment. They'll probably be getting you all rain later then. Rob's radio channel. Hi, Rob. Bob Anderson. Hi, Bob. Andy Beck, hi Andy. Michael Hyde. Multi. There we go. Stand up for the Super Bowl. Derek Cooper, hi Derek. See, so yeah, we're off out to Bingo later, look. We're off out to Bingo, so it's an alcohol-free stream today, because I'm going to be driving later. Super Bowl. Well, today we're going to hopefully finish off the electrics on this radio. I got me little thing of caps. Got the module done, which is the hardest bit. Luckily that all worked. So, got to finish it off today. Now the case is downstairs. It's had its third coat of Danish oil, so that's all done. I think did we squirt all the switch back? I think we did, didn't we? It looks a bit dry, mind you, so I might need to give it another go. But yeah, generally a service. Do the caps and get it all back together. Hopefully, all is well with it. Well, it is working well, actually, isn't it? So, yeah, that's the plan, Stan. Just got to get the caps done. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've got to do to it. I've got to take the badge off of my test radio, Frankie, and stick that on it, because I did take the badge off of this one, but it had been super glued very nicely to the front of the case. So that's a bit of a mess. It didn't come off nicely. So I've got to sort that. Apart from that, it's good to go. Should be out early part of next week, hopefully, to its new owner. Just get my little diagram out. Let's get you down on the bench. So there's my little diagram I did with all my cap positions and what the values are, and I did sort out a load of caps for it. So I'm sort of halfway there. Let's pop the desoldering tool on. Have a look at my soldering iron tip. That's a bit meaty, but I think that one will be all right. that on. And we're good to go. I've got my extractor in today as well. But we get a bit of fume extraction going. I'll just catch up with the chat. Who else is in? Benji's in. Hi Benji. Barry Charlie. Hi Barry. Me. Mr. Laser Sound, how you doing? Christoph's in. Hi Christoph. David Tag, how you doing? Sunshine in York. Hi Ben. So let's have a look at this thing then. So I did one cap on it, didn't I? This one down here, which is easier to get at with the module out the way because all this wiring's blocking it. So we haven't got a massive. Well, there's quite a few caps still to do. So we've got all of these in here to do. And normally, would I do them? If I was just going to be using the radio and it was working, I'd probably leave them be. But being this has been bought by somebody, it's got to be done. So I'm going to replace them all because you can guarantee if you don't, it'll come bouncing back. So let's get these things out. I usually start with these ones down here. The hardest ones to get out are the ones at the back here. And there's a couple down here that are pretty tight to get to. But how are we all doing anyway? Didn't get in last week because it's Mrs. Cruncher's birthday, as you all know. So we had a really good weekend. Extended weekend. I didn't have to go back to work till Tuesday. So a couple extra days. Let's get the old desoldering tool fired up. Cleaned out. Better. So I'm just going to crack on and get these done. Yeah, we're off out to do a bit of bingo later. Mrs. Cruncher wants to go to the bingo, so. Ooh. So I shall drive so she can have a drink because I got to be up for 6, but she hasn't got to be up early tomorrow, so. Right, let's. So we'll get these out first, and then we'll do a run of cap bingo later on. Our own bingo session. I've got to get some of these other radios that I got in finished up as well. I've still got Clint's radio here, which has been a pain in the backside. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah, I've got to sort Clint's radio. I think I'm going to end up having to buy another radio in to repair Clint's. Just can't seem to find what's causing this weird thing with the SSB. Will I test or will I leave it? What are you on about, Rob? What are you going on about? I'm not sure what you mean, but thanks for the super chat, Rob. I think that's something not for the chat, is it really? There's nothing wrong with your SW77, I don't think, anyway. There you go. Right, let's have a look what we got on here. So we've got 400 and two 250s. Get them out. Rob Head, how you doing? I'm Martin. Casinos, we do have casinos, but they tend to be in the bigger cities, really. So make sure we get this the right way around. So that's a 470. And these are the two 250s. I think I put two 20s in there. Could put 330s in, I suppose. I'm going to put two 20s in. Let's make them look a little bit pretty. About a little bit further back. So we bend those the same. So I'm talking to myself again. I seem to have got so much work on at the moment, it's unreal. I've got repairs coming out my ears. I was sort of juggling 3 or 4 different repairs all at the same time. Hi Derek, how are you? All seaside towns have bingo, Rob. Yeah. I don't know whether, I expect there's a bingo in the town, I expect. But this is just up one of the pubs, fairly local. Alright, let's get that soldered up. Let's get the extractor on. Extractor or extractor. I take it your avometer got there safely, Chris? I did see it was delivered. Also got the Grundy Yacht Boy out to JJ, but I've not heard back from JJ yet. Oh, hoping that got there safe. Said it was delivered again. I've not heard it from Harvey as to how his modulator's going. Hopefully you've had lots of use out of that, Harvey. You're pretty keen to get that, weren't you? Make sure I put those wires back, otherwise we'll be in all sorts of trouble. Like burning my fingers. So yeah, all the Christmas giveaways have gone out now, so everybody should have theirs. Well, that's the first 3 done. Dids, where have I been hiding? Mrs. Cruncher was off last week. So it was her birthday on Sunday, so I couldn't do a live stream on her birthday, really, could I? So I've got some lovely Guinness Zero here. Let's go in. Let's pop that in a minute because I'm a bit thirsty. Yeah, so her birthday went great, Derek, thanks. We went for a couple meals. We had Sunday lunch out for first time in a long time because I'm normally doing the live streams, so we can't go out for Sunday lunch. That's normal. That's normal, Aaron, is it? Talking to myself. Right, that one's in. That's another thing off the bench. Just take that down for recycling. Let's catch up with the rest of the chat. Ben's singing about an auto transformer. No FM on an RP18. That's no surprise there, Rob. It's got AF11. Hang on, 114s, I think that is. I'm glad it's there and you like it, Chris. It's a nice bit of kit, that. Hi, Sandra. Mac Vision. Hi, Mac. Don, how you doing, mate? Dry as a possum's pecker. A possum's pecker is dry, are they? A French U-type radio, they have a hot chassis already. Anthony, how are you, mate? Let's get the rest of these off. Right, that's the first 3 done. Still looks nice with the big blue ones in there. Give them a tidy up in a minute. Let's get this one out the back there. 125. I think I put 100 in there normally. They're really difficult to get because all this damn wiring in the way everywhere here. Really not a great design, but they do sound good, so they're worth the hassle. There's the other end there. I must start doing some videos on this portable toolkit that I'm putting together. I got I got lots of little tools and that keep arriving for it. So I'm using the PayPal contributions for. I actually needed it. Well, I was going to need one in the week, but in the end, the guy cancelled. I had a car radio that someone was coming, bringing the car up for me to look at, so would have been ideal. Don's just bought an RP30. Very nice radio, Don. Full of AF117s, though. So you're going to have fun with that. Yeah, it's good stuff. Cheers, everybody. It's good stuff, Andy. That's another 220. Sure, I've got 100 here somewhere. I did take all the caps out to save me keep going back and forward all the time. What's that? 2.2. 5. 3. Where's me 100 gone then? 10. Everything but. So 680, that's the old caps. Perhaps I messed up and got another 220 out instead of 100. Got a 150. Perhaps I was going to put the 150 in there, maybe. Yeah, that would be it. 150. So let's do the 150. It's better to go higher in capacitance and lower, isn't it? I tend to recollect just sticking 100 back in there previously, but we'll see. So it's negative to the left. Sorry, positive to the left. Okay. Going. Yeah, you have to zap them, Don. But that's just, you've only got one side to do in that one. So that's the AM only version of the RP18, really. Just does medium wave and long wave, like the RP30 from memory. So at least you've only got 3 or 4 to do instead of 8, Don. It's one. That's one thing that you don't have to worry about, really. Look on the bright side. But a very nice sounding radio, Dom. Great amplifier in those. Right, solder this one in. Yeah, got to get this radio out pretty soon, to be fair. It's a little bit overdue. Right, that's that. Let's get this big one done. This is a 680. I've corrupted you, Don. Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, Volve radios do sound very nice, but a decent transistor set will surprise you. And Hacker being the best of what we do over here, anyway. Just knocking stuff off the table again. I don't know. I think it's cash bingo tonight. I mean, they do meat bingo and all sorts around here. Meat bingo. Mrs. Cruncher's usually pretty lucky, though. She usually wins something. Right, okay, so negative to the right. So I've got two choices here. I can either go in with a radial, which I think... from memory looks a little bit better than a shoehorned in axial. So I'm going to go with that. Decent Panasonic one. You be careful you don't dwell too long on these boards as well. They're not very good traces on these. Motoring through them now. That one's done. Let's get these two done. Bluetooth, you could. Or just get one of Derek's modulators, Don. You won't have to do anything then. So that one, let's do this one while we're in here. That's it there. This one looks to have burnt back a bit, this cap. Let's get this one out first. This is negative to the front. Can't get out of it. And this is going to be 250. Negative to the front. Trying to make him look a bit nicer. I'm just bending the legs up on him. Just like that. They just look a bit nicer in the circuit then, don't they? We've got a stack of Manuel's Bluetooth boards. Oh, go for it then, Don. I'm not sure how you power those. You're going to have to put some sort of little board in there, aren't you? Oh, I can't remember whether I got confused then, whether the negative was at the front. I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Don't know if I put that on my little picture. I should have done, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, didn't put that on my picture, which was positive and which was negative. Yeah, I think it's one of those things, isn't it, Volvo radios? I mean, that you know that they're going to need work, and I'd be very wary of buying one that's allegedly already repaired unless you know who's done it and how good they are, really. So I don't really do Volvo radios to sell on. I don't repair them, really. But I can. So all the Volvo radios that you've seen on my channel, 99% of them are just ones that I've got here. And what's this one then? This is a 10. No, the 10 is that one there, I think. Yeah, so it is positive at the front. I don't know what the neighbours are up to. Put another shed in yesterday, but there's a hell of a lot of noise going on in there today. Something I need a bit more storage, really. A nice shed is needed. A big shed. Well, this is going quite well at the moment. I probably shouldn't say that because it's all going to go pear-shaped in a minute, isn't it? Gonna keep quiet, Brett. Yeah, totally agree, Aaron. It's as I say, unless you know who's done it, then be very wary. You're dead right, Brett. That's to say, I've got quite a few Volvo sets in here, and I just ain't got room for them. Some are up in the loft, some are in the spare room. The hobby turns into a hoarding obsession. I would say I've stopped buying radios, Paul, but I lie. Because I bought another Grundig Satellite 6001 the other day, but purely because it had the SSB converter with it. So that'll be restored and sewed on, and I'll keep one for myself. Your electronics collecting's gotten out of control. I know the feeling. Problem is, the loft is a damp old place where I keep a lot of stuff. I've got a dehumidifier up there, but it's forever filling up and getting up. Keep forgetting to get up and do it, which reminds me I've got to go up and empty it out again. Right, how are we doing? So we've got the two hardest ones to do now, which are a real pain trying to find out where they are on the board. I think that's one. Yeah, these are quite difficult to do, some of these caps. I think that might be it there. Yeah, that's one side of it. Is that the other side there? Looks like that trace is lifted already on there. Yeah, trace is lifted on there. And I haven't even touched it yet. It's got to be it there, isn't it? Ow. Where's the other side of that one gone then? Got to be in there then. Yeah, that's that one. Ow, cool. That's warm. Whew, burnt the end of my finger then on the wire. Electronics Anonymous meeting. You store your radio collection outside, how do you keep the damp out? Yeah, you're right. I mean, you wouldn't store your collection. I've sort of not really got a collection, Sandra, because I tend to do so many repairs now. I keep robbing stuff off of what I would normally keep for myself to fix other people's radios. So I haven't got really what I would call a collection. Really, what I should do is when I restore a radio, I should keep it for myself. I don't, I just sell them. Chris buys them all at. Yeah, Brett has got hunter issues, Brett, haven't you? Yeah, 30 volts. I'll do it, Robert. You can zap them with 9 volts, even, I believe. You can gang up a load of PP3 batteries and zap them. You've way too much stuff. Yeah, well done. Thanks for coming forward there, Don. My name's Graham. I've got enough stuff for about 20 people. Yeah, you're okay over there, Don, aren't you? Lots of sunshine. Right, let's see if we can get these little monkeys here out. So we've got the positive on the left, and this is a 2.5. Positive on the left. We'll pop radials in there because they're much easier to fit in. That's that one. Where's this little monkey? These wires are a pain in the neck. Okay, so it's got to be this one. There he is. So negative to the right again. Is that another 2.5 there? Yeah, it's much easier to get radios in here. Right, we're getting there, making good progress. Let's get these soldered up. Ben's starting to fill the house. You haven't got any then, Sandra? You haven't got any of your own? Have you got any radios yourself, Sandra? Or do you just prefer watching me do them? Takes up less space watching me fix them, doesn't it? Poor old Mrs. Cruncher, I'll tell you what, I've got to really get this house sorted at some stage. I've got to either get a storage unit would be the best for me, really. But it's just a fairly high monthly expense. I didn't realise how much storage units cost these days. They're blooming expensive. And it's like a never-ending bill, isn't it? You know, you're forever paying it. So yeah, storage unit would be the best idea. The trouble is, well, there is some fairly close. The problem is when you're fixing something and you've got it on the bench, what you don't want to be doing is having to drive 10 miles just to go and get a knob off a radio. So the other option is to build some sort of storage on site here. But like Sandra said, it's going to be difficult to keep it dry. Right, how are we doing now? Looking good. 3 to go. Well, Manuel is turning out some cracking videos at the moment as well, isn't he? I am sort of trying to watch along with what he's up to, but he's really putting out some really nice bits available to the community, really. So hats off to Manuel. If any of you don't know who Manuel is, it's Electronics Old and New by M. Caldera. And I've just taken that cap out without looking at which way round it went. 32. So I've got 33 here somewhere, right? 33, right, let's get the service manual out. I really should have marked positive and negative on these. I was a bit stupid not to do that. I've got to mark all the values on there. Yeah. the service manual out. What one is that? C24. So the service manual's right. C24, where's the sheet? So one side goes to R16, the other side goes to ground. R16 is this one here. That's ground. Okay, so it goes that way around. That one too difficult to suss. I haven't turned the extractor on. Look, now this is me telling me I've got to have the extractor on. I haven't turned it on for all those caps. Dear, oh dear. Okay, 2 more to go. So this one is negative, well, it's ground to ground. That's easy enough. Rolf, how you doing? Just wanted an inclinometer back in the car. Put the sunglasses on before I watch his latest video. I know he's done some bulbs, but I haven't watched the full video yet. So that's a great idea for AC bulbs. I mean, that would work on a lot of valve sets as well that use 6.3 volt bulbs. So I reckon those little boards would work quite well on some valve radios, and like the Grundigs as well, because they work on DC as well. Right, let's do this one first. So this one is a 10. So another 10 there. Actually, I should have put radials in there probably, but oh well. So negative to the front on this one. 2.5. Negative to the front. tricky. Try not to burn this wire that's right touching it. That's better. Right, so that must have been my snips that fell off the bench. Everything falls off the bench. I've been thinking about laying all this out again and redoing it properly, because when I first put this bench together, it was just a temporary thing with a plastic fold-up table. It was never meant to be a permanent thing, really. Right, that's all the caps done on the board. I've just got to do this one left on the back here to do, this little one here, 2.5. So it's negative to there. Was that too slow? Get me eyes, I can't really see in there. I never seem to pull this thing down far enough to just light the place up either. Right, where am I? So that was coming off that. Snip the end of that one because it's quite close to there. Right, I think that's all of them done. Let's start a little bit more reassembling then, so we'll stick the thing back on the heatsink. Turn that desoldering tool off now. Bit of peace. Oh, it's better. Let's catch up with the chat. Off to bed. Cheers. Cheers, Don. Thanks for popping in, mate, and good luck with the Good luck with the RP30, I had to think then. What did you fall through, Brett? Brett fell through the greenhouse. Jesus. Brett, what you like? Bright green low opta, is it, Don? Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Christoph saying his bulbs will definitely flicker. I would rectify and filter the voltage. I don't know, Rolf. They'd probably work for yours as well, wouldn't they? You're back. Where did you go to, Rob? Let's have a quick tidy up then. Make sure they're all nice and straight. Pretty good, actually. Oh. Right, let's have a look now. Let's need to see if it works still. Let's get our test speaker up. Incidentally, I've got to find another speaker for it as well. The super glue fanatic had been at this one. And unfortunately, it's super glued the speaker very badly. So this is the speaker. Can you see this black here? That's actually super glue, so it's gone really hard, but it's not even fixed it, because look. So, I mean, I could tissue paper it up and PVA it back together, but I'm going to see if I can find another one. Shame, because it's in good nick, that. And unfortunately, my test speaker is the wrong size. It's just not quite the right size. So I think this is probably out of an R600. The R700 has got a bigger speaker, 707 even. Mind you, I've got another 707 here, and that one's got a good speaker, so we'll pop the speaker out of that one in a bit. Got lots of R707 spares sets. What I must do is pull all the modules out of them. Pull all of the modules out and put these new ones. Refurb all the modules, so as when I get another one in, I just got to take one module out and stick another one straight in. So I was going to offer a service of refurbishing just the modules, so people sending them a working module out in place of theirs. But to be fair, by the time you've got the module out, you've done 3/4 of the work anyway. You know, doing the inside of the module should be fine. It's just the fact that I've got the test set, really. That's the only benefit of sending it on to me, is I can test it before it goes back out to you, so you 100% know whether it's going to be working. So if you take it back, put it in your set, and your set doesn't work, then it's not the module. Right, let's That's all right, we use this speaker anyway. It's a bit raspy, but it'll do. Don't know what I've done with my test speaker then. I had it there a second ago. Strange. Strange things happen, don't they? Right, that's the speaker connected. Need a clip on the aerial for FM. Power supply. Just raveled up. We've got me on air sign on today. Brother's birthday today, so happy birthday, Trav, if you're watching. I bet he's out somewhere having Sunday lunch for his birthday. Geekology. I'm sure most of you are subscribed to him anyway. Yeah, 12 volts, okay. Fire in the hole. If I can connect it the right way around. Still works. Amazing. Bit of Shaggy.
We so affirm. Loyal all.
Gaspard de Coligny, also a Huguenot.
While we can hold musket and sword, we serve king and country. The first to answer.
When John Calvin calls Coligny, or Martin Luther, we of the House of Guise have no doubt where our loyalty lies.
With your own ambition.
What? Someone did what to a monkey?
Enough! I am the king, and I will have obedience.
So, remember those four names? The Catholic Cardinal de Guise and Philippe de Guise, the Huguenots, Louis le Conde and Admiral Coligny. They will return all too soon to haunt my story, which begins with me laying on my back.
What's going on here?
In the name of God. Heaven be praised. And so a son was born, Francis.
Hey, John, how are
after
you?
his grandfather and my friend. Enough. Enough. Not nearly enough as it turned out, but more of that later.
Medium wave now. Yeah, long wave. No chance in here. God, what a noise. Because I've got the oscilloscope plugged in as well. So there we are, it is still working. So we've still got quite a few things to do here. We're not done yet. Let's get the speaker off. So that's the electronics pretty much done. It needs a little tiny bit of alignment, not a lot. Just a slight tweak on the RF alignment. That's off about 1 meg on FM. After dark, what's that? That's Radio 4, that is. God knows what happens on Radio 4. Hi Joe, how are you? Joe Fennec, that is. Or Finnesh. Yeah, good victim. You've got a question for me, John. Far away, mate. Okay, let's disconnect this. Don't need that anymore. So we need to get the headphone socket out. That's one of the issues. I think this one wasn't working very well, was it? Aston afternoon. You got Cobra 21 that won't transmit. Lock is fine. New driver fine. All cool. Tuning pot's all fine. It won't transmit. It's if you check the alignment on it, John. Check that the PLL's in lock. Oh, the moaning. Yeah, I got on with you, Christoph. Right, so one of the issues with these is that these pots is mainly it's the headphone pot that causes the problems, to be fair. So this has got to come out and be stripped down. The other thing we've got to do is polish the dial plate as well. So that's two things I've got to do here. Right, let's get these sorted. So you need to clean the solder off of these. I'm just going to use a bit of braid for that. Can you see what I'm up to? Let's get you down. So I'm going to be sort of working in this area. So let's get you down a bit closer, just down here. So this is the dreaded headphone pot. So if you've got one of these radios that's not working, before you start blaming the module, you need to check the headphone socket to make sure it's not open. And these sockets were not meant for headphones. They're meant for ear, you know, like the old ear plug. So I certainly wouldn't be plugging in headphones to one of these sets, because that's a guaranteed way of stopping the radio working. So this is the tricky bit, and this one looks a bit awkward because they're crimped here. Yeah, I know, Rob. I know all about your SW77, mate. You've told me about it so many times. But thanks for the super chat. Good luck with the drawer. So yeah, they're crimped here. So what they do is they put them in and they squash this bit of metal down. So you need to get this bit of metal back out. And this is where you need a tiny screwdriver. And I need a bit of magnification to try and see what I'm doing here. You need to try and get in there. You can try using a knife, but you'll snap the blade. So I tend to try and use one of these little screwdrivers. Once you get in there, you can normally bend it up. Come on. There she blows. Oh, oh. It's horrible things to get out, but you can't get them anymore. There she goes. Right, that's loose enough. The idea is it'll push up through. Oh, hello, we've gone out of focus. There. The idea is we should be able to poke it up through there now, but it's got lots of nastiness jammed in around there. You don't want to go. Well, he is moving. He is going. So we want a socket really, and just tap it into the socket. Just open this up a little bit more. Come on. Right, let's use this. There we go. Oh, it's decided to come apart already. Thank you. Okay, so this is a slightly different version. But I don't know if you can see all the muck and gunge and everything inside there. So what happens is all this dust and muck gets caught in here because it's mounted right on top. So as soon as you plug something into that and pull it back out again, all this gunge jams in the switch contact and the radio won't work anymore. So don't be using them on headphones. The actual connection, I don't know if you can quite see that, but the connection is in here. You've got this little peg here that touches this terminal, and that is your switch. So we've got to get these out and clean them and increase the tension on the spring a little bit, and that should be good to go. So this is just the ground lug. It's the first bit. Then we've got the little plate that the switch strikes on. Make sure we get these the right way round. In fact, I'm going to take a little picture of this first. So you've got that little plastic peg there, it's got to be that way up. So you can see the switch there a bit clearer now. I've taken the ground connection out. So that piece sticking across just touches that other piece. Yeah, it's not bad, you can see that. I'll just take a picture of that quickly. That's me. Come on, focus. Thank you. Right. So now we can take these out. We can try. It's got a little bit of solder still on it, I think. Might be jamming up on this one. So that's our little contact there. That is the switch inside the socket. It's just a case of bending that out a little bit and cleaning off the end of it. Put a bit of deoxit on it, and that should keep it good then. Now, it's just got a little tiny bit of solder on it, so I was stopping this coming out. No, that'd be alright. So there's all our bits to the headphone socket. Easy enough to get apart, but a bit of a pain, but it has to be done really. RV! No one-way lock-in. You completed your R707 this week, Gerard. Welcome, mate. A headphone socket, yeah, it's guaranteed failure, mate. Trevor does a lot of headphones and audio stuff, Aaron. It's quite interesting. He's been doing a lot of record restorations at the moment. That's what he seems to be into. See if I can get you his channel up. I wonder if it'll just come up if I type it in the chat. I think he's at Geekology. Geekology, I think that's it. I don't know if that'll come up as a link. Afternoon, H. Neil. Catch you in a bit, Martin. Have a good one. Subscriptions. So this is Trev's channel. Geekology. He's got 1,360 subs, a lot of videos. He's been doing a lot of this, looking at old records at the moment. Record cleaning. A lot of these records I gave to Trev, so he's restoring them at the moment, I think. Cleaning them up and doing all sorts of other bits and pieces. But he's heavily into his headphones, so can we get a link to that channel? That's at Geekology channel. Let's paste that in. So happy birthday, Trev. There you go. What we do on analog broadcasts, well, we can still use transmitters, etc., in order to make our radios work. H. Neil. No worries, Aaron. Cheers, mate. Let's get this cleaned up then. So use a bit of isopropyl to get rid of any flux on it. It's got plenty of that. So they're clean. I'd like to give them a once over with a fiberglass pencil. As usual, the first pencil that you pick out is not the fiberglass one. Brass. Steel. How's my fiberglass one gone? Definitely put it back in here. I got this lovely collection of pens and paintbrushes and screwdrivers and all sorts of stuff in here. I swear I put it back in here just now. But it doesn't appear to be there. Strange. How bizarre. I did have it here because, oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, fiberglass pencil. It's just got little tiny strands of fiberglass that come out the end. Get stuck in your hands, so be very careful with this. We just want to shine up the contact bit. So we've got the ground terminal there. Don't really worry too much, because I really wouldn't recommend plugging anything into this, because you will still have problems with it. Even though we're going to do the best that we can to stop that, dust is still going to get in there. There's nothing really you can do about that. I'm only doing this very lightly, because otherwise you'll go through the, I don't know if it's silver plate or it's tinned, but you'll go back to brass if you're not careful. I can't remember which side of this is which, so I'm just going to do both sides. And the tip of this one. I'm going to move them out of the way a minute. Just get a wet wipe and wipe up that area, because it's going to be full of little fiberglass splinters. Thanks, Aaron. Oh, he's a mad fan of Mike Oldfield, Mike. He's got everything I think that Mike Oldfield's ever done. Jean-Michel Jarre, I think, is another one of his favourites. So let's get all those nasty fiberglass particles away. And give these a bit of a clean up. Right, let's get need to fill up with some isopropyl again. Isopropyl's getting low. Just going to give it a clean. So how you doing, mate? Just arrived. Yeah, not very familiar with those, John, to be fair. Right, they're clean. So say putting my dirty fingers on them. Let's put them back in. I believe that went in there, didn't it? No, other way up, Graham. Let's make sure I've got that the right way round. Just putting the pieces back in. Just check the gallery. I'll tell you what, this is a pain in the backside. This phone is still doing this weird not working thing. So say this is the bit we need to just bend this out slightly. You don't need a lot of force, just give it a little tweak with your fingers. Just tension it a bit better. Put that down there. Pretty sure it's that way around. Nice. So a little ground lug. Let's get a little bit of deoxit in there though. So I'm just going to put some of this D100 in it with a little needle. Don't need too much of it in there. That should stop it for a little while until dust gets back in there, which it will do, and starts all over again. That's the right way around, isn't it? Yeah. There. Back together. Fully serviced. We shouldn't have any problems with that again for a while, as I say, till it gets more dirt in it. So it's worth cleaning this out as well at the same time, because there's lots of nastiness gets in there. Pop it back in. Just bend this back in. There we are. Good as new. Hey Keith, how are you? Not much 1970s dust, it could be rare. Right, need to clean this up next then. This is what hurts me hands doing this. But got to be done. There's my blue robe gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to polish the dial plate now. I'm not going to go mad on it. Just going to get rid of some of the lighter scratches. Make it look a bit nicer. It's a bit of a pain with these bits here in the way, because it won't sit flat on the bench to polish it. What I should do is get a bit of wood and drill holes that fit these, so I can just drop it in and polish it on a bit of wood. But this tends to work. Like I say, it does tend to be the areas around the knobs that get the worst wear. So let's get some cleaner, some polish. Bit of polish for afterwards. Again, there's links to this stuff in the description if anyone's interested in buying it. Not from me. There's Amazon affiliate links in the description. If you do decide to buy it from those, I will get a small commission. I don't know what it is yet, because I don't think anyone's bought anything. But you know. Right, where's the other one? Where's me number 3? Loads of stuff here. What's going on? It's in here somewhere. I see it. There we are, number 3. The other thing I'm really short of is the polishing cloths. I've got to get me some polishing cloths. Got to get some polishing cloths. This is the only piece I've got left, this one bit, so I'm going to use that. Actually, no, I can use a microfiber for the final polishing. I thought I did have some more of these, but I've got to order some in. Whew. Yes, it did sorts, thank you. Let's catch up with the chat. Yeah, brass solders, well, you just got to get really hot. However, uses it on core scratches. So I think what we'll do is we'll use this last one for applying. So I'm going to use number 3 first, heavy scratch remover. That tends to dull it down a little bit. Let's give it a wipe over first to get rid of the worst of the muck off. Get rid of the worst of the muck off. That doesn't sound very good, does it? Get rid of the worst of the muck off. Dear, oh dear. I've got captions available on this video for translation into any language, but I don't know what they'd make of that. I haven't got my on air sign on that. My on air sign. Look at that. That's my Christmas present from my brother. There we go. That's better. Yeah, you could buy me a storage unit. That'd be nice. A workshop. Doesn't get rid of any grease or anything on it. Right. Dry it off. It's not too bad, this one. There's not really any heavy scratching on it. There's lots of little scratches. Some of this is underneath the knob as well, so that's not gonna... No comments, Brett. Some of it's underneath the knob. What I'm gonna do is stick some gloves on because this stuff isn't very nice on your hands. It does wash off, but all right, Rob, yeah. I've got to do a review of this tool bag in the week. Also see if I can pinch a Stanley one from work as a comparison. Stanley make a nice tool rucksack, which I nearly went for, but I decided I'd go for this one in the end. Right, heavy scratch remover. What I tend to find is these jam up. This one's not jammed up though. But the red ones for sure, that definitely jams. So this is a bit of a monotonous job. So you're going to sit and watch me doing this for the next like 10-15 minutes. But it does make a radio look a lot better. So if you're restoring radios, you really need some of this plastic polish. You can use T-cut. I used to use T-cut, but it's not very coarse T-cut. So it takes forever. The other thing I was wondering is if I could polish it out with the Dremel polishing bits. Save a bit of elbow grease, but I'm sure this is what done my shoulder in originally. All the case polish, oh, the dial polishing I used to do. You talk amongst yourselves, yeah. So I'll try and do a little video of this working outside when I've finished it. Pop it on Patreon, and then maybe I'll stick it on the channel as well. Patreon and channel memberships. That was my fingernail. Oh, maybe I'm rubbing a bit too hard, but right. Give that a bit of a buff up after the first polish. You can see it's starting to shine quite nicely now just after that look. So that's the coarse one. It's got rid of some of it, but not a lot. I mean, you're gonna need to spend a bit of time on this to get it nice. Now that was definitely blocked as per usual. You have a Roberts R707. Nowadays you've got the internet. Yeah, it was blocking up these. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't got any, Rob. It's very useful stuff. Again, the link's in the description of my video. There's links to a lot of my tools in there. I keep remembering stuff that I haven't got on there and adding it in, but it's an ongoing thing. You accumulate so many different tools doing this sort of job. So this gets rid of the finer scratches left behind by the coarse polish. Still going at it. One other thing, it just says to keep rubbing until it's dry. What you find is the polish just all evaporates eventually. As you can see, it's drying up now. Oh, it's making my hands hurt now. The tone's coming down, I know, it's shocking dids. You got to rub around the holes more, Brett. That's where you get the wear and tear. Well, I mean, I can already see that that's a lot better. See if I can find it. I've got to get some more of these cloths. I'll go online in a minute and get some of those. Well, I'll remember, because I'll forget else. These are specifically designed not to scratch the plastic. If you just used a cloth, a normal cloth, you probably would scratch it, although I think a microfiber would probably be okay, but these are specifically for this stuff. They're made by Novus, so. Next thing I've got to do is just take that into the bathroom, just wash off all the dud cleaning compound, so bear with me. I'll go and do that in a minute. To get rid of that top layer. You don't want that going back on or scratching the back plate. So I put a few layers of this stuff down. We'll see how it's come out. Oof. So this is going to make me want to go to the loo now, isn't it? Cleaning this off. Alright, so I'm now at the sink. I'll give you a running commentary. Just get rid of the excess polish. Right. There we go. Draw that off. X-rated. You buy me some clothes. You buy me some clothes, Rob. Right, let's get rid of my gloves. Glasses, yeah. Tell me about that. I think these are 380 odd quid. These glasses, crazy money. Right, where's me polishing cloths? I've got a duster there. That shouldn't scratch it, should it? These nice dusters that Mr. Racing Demon gave me. A little bit of this anti-static, anti-fog, anti-static dust repellent. So you can buy this stuff as a complete kit, which is what I tend to usually do. I buy kits, you get all the polishes, you get the cloths, everything. It's made it a bit smeary now. For some reason. Might be a bit of wax on this cloth, maybe. Let's go and pinch one of Mrs. Cruncher's microfiber cloths a minute. She won't know. She won't know. Go quiet. Hello, Matty. You waiting for me? Sure, now. Let's have an orange one. So the proper polishing cloths are the best way to do it. That's better. Now, how about that then? Pretty good. So we'll keep that one. Just going to clean out the tape recorder plug. Let's get rid of these. They are worth it if you just want them for reading them. I've got a pair I use for the microscope. I tend to wreck glasses on the microscope. I mean, I could go mental on that and spend hours polishing that and get it to a real mirror finish, but it's just so labor intensive and your hands are absolutely shot afterwards. So yeah, I must get some cloths. Yeah, good stuff, Bob. Cleaning cloths. I know you did. I was only messing. I've had problems with these glasses. The stuff wears off on the end. These have got like metal bits on the end here, and the varnish wears off of them, and it irritates my ears. I get a real big, nasty rash up on my ear. So I've got to keep cleaning them back and putting nail varnish on them. I had to do it yesterday because my ear was really sore. Crazy. So I wonder if Amazon have got these cloths. Yes. Yeah, so Amazon do the kit with the larger bottles and the cloth slurt. Or you can get one with, if you don't do a lot of it, there's one with some smaller bottles and the cloths. But have they just got the cloths? Yes, they have. £6.95. Look, there you are. Pack of 6. Washable and reusable ones there. Didn't know they did washable and reusable ones. — 27th of February, so they must be coming from abroad somewhere, but these things here are available tomorrow, look, just the normal ones. Oh, they do a bulk one there, look. Oh dear. Yeah, I should have to get some of those, so £6.95, that's not too bad, is it? Expensive for 6 paper wipes, I must admit, but they do last an awful long time. You can reuse them within, I tend to cut them into 4. Right, so that's the top done, so we can get that put back on. Just trying to think if I did any oiling of the pivot points and that. I think I did, didn't I? I think I did. Let's give the blue bit a wipe over so it sticks out a bit better. That's in the pinball community, is it? No smoke, it'll work fine. Right, let's get a bit dark in here again, isn't it? I'm going to have to bump the camera brightness back up. Doesn't look overly dark out there, but I'm just going to give this back panel a bit of a clean. It's like a bit of fly eggs or something there stuck on. Nearly gone. There we are. I'm pretty sure I did oil these, but I will give them another go just in case. If I can find my oiler, that is. I'm pretty sure I've done them, but see if I can find my oil. It's another thing I need to get is some more oil. Yes, there we are. Yeah, I want some more of that stuff. Super lube, that is great stuff. Unfortunately, that's empty. There's a little bit of oil on there. And these are geared teeth anyway on these. There should be a little red thing that goes on the end of that. I don't know where that's gone. It's been leaking out everywhere. Stick it in there for now. We've got to stick that button back on. Let's go stick that one back on. We've got a tub of bits here somewhere. In there is the button. So what I'm going to use for that is just a little bit of clear glue, because that will come off again if necessary if you pull it hard enough. Aaron's off. Some more Grand Theft Auto. Cheers, Aaron. Thanks for dropping in, mate. So what I'm going to do is just put a little tiny bit of this. This is just clear glue. Put a little bit of that in there. Not a lot. That tends to take a little while to go off that. Go off overnight. That should be stuck on nicely tomorrow. What else have we got to do? I think I've done the potentiometers and the switches, but I'm going to do them again, just in case. I'll make sure that this is 100% and doesn't come bouncing back for any reason at all. Let's see if I can find the deoxit spray. Well, there goes the WD-40. Obviously, that didn't want to join the party. There it is. Deoxit, but no straw. Stuff is flying everywhere here, isn't it? Carnage. Right, I'm pretty sure I did the potentiometers, but I'm going to do them again. Deoxit fader lube. A little bit in the loudness tab. Then the volume was fine actually, so I probably did that last time. You know, it does evaporate away. So we'll get some in the other pots. That's one. That's in the bass and treble. I'm also going to squirt some in by the rivets there. Right. How are we doing? I think we can put the top back on now. Pop the knobs on to hold it in place. These have got to go through the ultrasonic a bit later. So I've got to finish the case off first. So that's not right. I'm going to regret putting that on, aren't I? Because I can remember some of these were really stiff to get off, weren't they? Okay. Just stops it falling off when I'm trying to solder everything back on the back end here. £50 worth of deoxit. Right. Oh, I've got to do the switches, am I? There we go. That's that done, so we can get rid of those. And that. Whew. Right, let's get this soldered back together. Ganesh, how are you? Go through that. External aerial socket. Right, now I've got to sort out the wiring. Wiring to the sockets down here, that is. But first of all, I need to go to the loo. So I'll be back. Just get rid of that alcohol-free cider a minute. Sounds like Mrs. Cruncher's gone out with the doggies. Got to carry on with the DAC 90A at some stage as well. Right. Back in the room. Ooh. Where am I? There we are. Here he is. Let me get my chat back up. back. Alcohol-free cider, apple juice. Contact 60 is supposed to be quite good. I don't think they do refills over here, Danish, for the needle bottle. Be nice if they did. You wrote a quartina off after 4 points of scrumpy. You shouldn't have been driving, but that's naughty. Right, what was I going to do? I was going to sort out this this here, but I don't think my pictures came out properly for it, so I'm going to have to go back onto Google Photos and find my library of R707 stuff. We've got a song thrush out the back that's taken a liking to us. It sings all day long. I think his throat will get worn out, wouldn't he? R707, there we are. That's one of the later ones, I think. Yeah. I did take a photo of it, but unfortunately it hasn't come out, I don't think. R707, is that an original one? Yeah. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm not convinced that's right actually, but you know, I'm just looking at an old photo here of another one of these radios. So definitely orange on the inside, green and brown the other side, but then that seems to be connected to that one there, which does nothing. So I'm not convinced that's correct, but there we are. That's what it says. Yeah. Doesn't appear to have saved any of my photos again. It's a real pain, this is. I don't know whether it's my SD card playing up or something in the software. Just don't know. Anonymous is Mike Cass. Thank you very much, Mike. Yes, I did take a picture of this, but It's not come out right. Let's get it back together and see what happens. There's no audio, we know why. Let's get that light down again. That light keeps jumping up out the way. That's better. See what I'm doing. Right. Let's get that picture up again. Well, that's very strange. I have two different pictures of the same thing there. See, that's ground, which is correct, and that'd be the ground tag. Yeah, I thought that was correct. Okay. I'm pretty sure that we got the red wire goes here. Just the speaker. So I've got two pictures of this. I've got another picture here, which is totally different for some reason. And this is different again, look. So this is how I think it should be. Red, orange, and then the brown and green and black on here, which is ground, because that is the ground pin there. This is the switch in here. So when you push a plug in, it switches that one out, I believe, and leaves the input, but it turns the speaker off. It's got to be that way around. Got to question these things sometimes, haven't you? Pull up a solder on that. Can you hear that? Thrush out there. I think he's calling for a mate. I mean, that must mean spring's on the way, isn't it? Yeah, so that one's got to go into there, but it don't fit. Gosh, I'm a bit unsure why. It definitely looks like it was soldered to there, though. I suppose it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's soldered back on. Looking good. All right, we're going to get the side pieces cleaned up. Yeah, me too, Brett. Spring is on its way. Let's open that window a minute so you can hear. Spring is on the way. Seen some snowdrops the other day. He'll stop as soon as I open the window, won't he? Yeah, he stopped now. There it goes. And we've got some blue tits are checking out the bird box I put out for Mrs. Cruncher. Look at him. There we are. Sound from Mr. Cruncher's house, look. Sound of spring. So that's a song thrush, that is. Out there on the tree at the back. Singing for a mate, I expect. So there's our side trims. A couple of weeks behind us, Brett, are you? Yeah, there you go. So spring is coming, people. A little bit of audio from Mr. Cruncher's garden, look. So all I've got to do now is put the knobs in the ultrasonic just to clean them off. I used to do them with a toothbrush, mind you, before I had the ultrasonic. Just as good. I don't rate the ultrasonic I've got, but yeah, there you are. Looking very nice. All done electrically. Oh, I've got to put back that one there, haven't I? And we've got to test the capacitors. He's still going for it out there. Let's put the heat sink back. Oh yeah, I didn't clean the other side of that now. That's why it jumped off, because it said you haven't cleaned me. Your pyrocanthus have been well stripped this year. Right, that's that done. I don't think there's a lot more to do. I've got to tweak the alignment a little bit, but I'm going to do that today. Someone's used some T-cut or something there. I've got to scrape that off. Just left a great blob of it inside. Yeah, that is looking very nice now. We need to pinch the speaker out of the other set. But again, I won't need to do that today. Now, I was going to show you something that I bought on... Have I got it here? Yeah, something that I bought on Amazon the other day. I thought might interest you guys. In fact, you probably got this anyway, but there's probably a lot I haven't got it. And we've got to do some capacitor bingo as well, haven't we? Let's do the capacitor bingo first, then I'll show you what I bought on Amazon the other day. I think we checked the little caps that came out of the module, didn't we? Pretty sure we did those. I say I can't put it back in the case yet because the case is still drying. That needs really to dry overnight to get it nice and hard so I can polish it. That's the Robert spatula, unfortunately in two pieces. I don't know whether that could be glued back together. Someone had glued it back together, but you could clearly see the join in it. It needs gluing and then a little bit of plastic filler put in and then Rechroming, really. Someone, unfortunately, super glue is not great for this stuff. Step away from the super glue. Well, I think that was the ones from the module, so we've already checked those, I believe. So this is all the ones we pulled out today. Planted a hawthorn hedge, Brett. Yeah, that will encourage him to nest, won't it? Keep your nose clean. Glued it, yeah. Okay, Brett, be quick, swift. Okay, I'll prep up, Brett, ready for you. Oh, 3D printed stand. There goes the LCR meter on the floor. ESR meter with the nice new leads, courtesy of Fat Tony. No snow here yet, Joe. Right, let's put some of these tools out of the way. Have a bit of a clear up. Incidentally, I picked myself up a longer screwdriver this week, well, like last week actually. It's another wearer, but this is a 4mm, which is the best flat bladed screwdriver really for what we do. This one, can you remember I had problems, couldn't reach into the DAC 90 with this one. So yeah, got myself a longer one of those. Also need a longer Phillips as well, so I'm running out of space for screwdrivers at the moment. You train the system, ideal. 2mm fader lube. Right, let's have a look then. Let's start with the biggest one. 640 microfarads. Make sure that's 640 then. First one. Let's go high to low. Eyes down looking. You ever think about that when I go and get what was that from then? I want to go and get myself another drink. So 640. I put a 680 back in it, but have a guess what that is. This says that Mrs. Cruncher's back with the doggies. You've been walking, puppies? Yeah. Right, let's go have another Guinea. Mucky pups. another 0. Another 0 going in. Whew. How are we doing? We've had a few guesses. Let's get the Guinness going a minute. Yeah, I'm driving later, so I can probably have one, but that'll be it. So I'll save that for later. Good stuff. TV repair and screwdriver, is it? Yeah. Do you need a couple long reach ones, really? I've got a long reach. We did have Phillips here somewhere. No, Posi drive. I did have. I'll put it back in the other room, I think. Right, how are we doing? Are we all done? 640. Let's do it. Ooh, 883. Who's that then? 800 for Thomas. 817 for Timothy. 820 for Anthony. Anthony gets it. 883, that's a bit high, isn't it, for 640? Okay, next next one up is, I think, is it 400? Yeah, 400. 400 microfarads next then. Yeah, well done, Anthony. Dee-dee-dee. Gotta clean my Logitech lens off. How are we doing then? Sign up. Welcome, mate. Let's do it then. 400. 555. Again, way out. 567 for Thomas, 560 for Anthony. I don't believe you've done the double, Anthony. It's Anthony again. He's done it twice. Okay, next we got 3 220s. Sorry, it's 250s. 250s they are. 3 250s. So we'll do the average of all three. And the ESR. Let's just note from. And Commodore 64 belts. Right, so we've got 250 microfarads. So I'll take that just out of shot a minute. I'm going to test them. You better hear if we got some dodgy ones. I'm just going to write down what they are. Well, you have a guess. So 250. Well, that's a ding ding, so that's usually a good sign. I'm going to show you what I'm writing, aren't I? That's the first one. And the second one. Okay. $450 ESR 5. And my last one. Let me do some maths then. I got a poker face on you. Yeah, not giving any clues away. Okay, I have my average. I have my average. Are we all done? Are we all done? So the actual figure is 291.3 is the average. We had one at 268, one at 300 and one at 306. So Gavin, oh hang on, we got Thomas at 290. We got Gavin at 292. So Gavin's closer, just. Whoa. So yeah, it looks like Gavin, I think. And there's a couple others really close. 292. $301, yeah, some real close. Real close. Okay, what else have we got here? 125 then next. Is it 125 or is that a 1? Yeah, we got a couple 125s. So 125. 125, 125. There was a few people were very close to that. Those caps were all fine, to be fair. I mean, the previous two were a bit out. 680, I mean, that's guaranteed to be out, that one. I don't know why, but they always are. Still seems to work though, doesn't it? You stopped the hat trick. Yeah. Only 108, Ben. Where's that Rob gone again? He's disappeared again. He's gone again. Are we ready? Oh, he's back. Wow, that's pretty close. 159. Was it? Oh no, 125. I thought it was 150 for some reason. 159 dead then. We got Martin on 156, pretty close. 160 multi, that's closer again. It's multi. I think it's multi. I think it's multi. Okay, so we've got another 125 then by the looks of it. This is a smaller one this time, lower voltage. Another 125. Moving laundry, no worries, Keith. I've actually bought one of these as well for my mobile toolkit. I don't really want to buy a load of these for the mobile kit because these are like knocking on 100 quid each. But this I think was something like £29, something like that from Amazon. So it'd be interesting to see what this one says, wouldn't it, as well? But yeah, that'll be reviewed in due course when I get around to showing you what I've bought. Let's do it then. Oh, that's a bit high ESR, that one. ESR of 1 and 139, not far off out, not far off. Well, again, that cap would be fine. ESR of 1, it's a lower voltage. Don't know how many volts it is actually. 4 volts, look. So yeah, that ESR is fine for a lower voltage cap. 139, who's closest to that then? 147, Rob. I don't know, Rob Bratt even. 139. It's got to be Brett, isn't it? I think. The cheap tester goes down. I think you did, Brat. That's worth going to the toilet for, wasn't it? Right, 32 then, next. 32. There's one here that looks really suspect. These actual ones do seem to be pretty good normally, these Philips ones, but there's one here. I noticed where the... Yeah, that one there. It seems like it's either burnt back or... I don't know. It looks like it might have just not been covered very well because I got more plastic this end and none this end, so it looks like it shifted that way a little bit. So that's suspect. Okay then, 32. 3 and 2, 32. Oh, there's loads, Rob, yet. I've got loads to get, really. I need to get some pliers, some wire cutters, another little... Well, I've got an adjustable for it, which is really, really good. So I might keep that one for here and put my old adjustable in there. So yeah, lots of pliers. I don't know whether to bother with nut spinners or just go with like a little socket set. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to keep it to good quality tools, not cheap rubbish, but I don't want to go mental money on it. I want it's a backup toolkit. End of the day, it's not my main bench toolkit. I got some new wire side cutters, so I might stick these in the mobile kit, the CK ESD safe ones. I've got some Nipex, but these are really good. These are tougher than the Nipex. They're much tougher jaws on these, but what I don't like is this spring here. It keeps popping out all the time. It's easy to remove that springlet, and you've got a dicky pair of wire cutters. That's the only thing I don't like about these is that spring, but they are just a little bit tougher than the Nipex ones. How are we doing then? Are we all done? So that one's high ESR, that one. That's a bit too high, really. 37.49. So not far off. But I would think that one's going to be leaky, that one. Brett's on 36. Ben's 37. I think Ben is closer than Sandra. Look at that. So 0.49. If it had been 0.51, you'd have got it, Sandra, I think. I'm going back into full-time radio work. I doubt it, Bob. I doubt it unless something happens in work and they decide to make us all redundant or something, but I can't see that. Or my health deteriorates any more. If I keep getting bad backs and bad joints and all the rest of it, then I'll have to jack it in, but it's I only work part-time, see, so I work 4 mornings a week up till lunchtime. Then I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. So in theory, I have got time to do both my job and my radio work. I can't take on as much as I normally do. The problem is it's really tiring. So I come home in the afternoon and I'm absolutely knackered. So I've got to have a siesta before I can get going again. It takes me a while to come round. Old age, see? 2.5, where's the 10s? There's a couple 10s in here. 2.5. 2.5. Another 10. 2.5. That's a 2.5 as well. Yeah, that 2.5. Right, 10s next then. Let's do the 10s. Ten microfarads. Thanks, Bob. You need an Antex SD50 iron. I tell you, I need to find a soldering iron for my mobile toolkit. I say, is it mobile? It's portable, really, isn't it? Because I don't know whether to get one of those pyro pens. Weller do some very nice pyro pens, but some of them are like fantastic money, and others are fairly cheap. So I'm assuming you get what you pay for. But yeah, Weller do some very nice the gas-powered soldering iron. The other option I've got is to get one of the 5-volt ones and use a battery pack on it. Right, here we go then. Yeah, 12.51, fairly high ESR. That's a bit high for ESR, really. 12.5 Timothy. That's pretty much bang on, Timothy, that, isn't it? We had some more around the 12s, 12.8, 12.3. Solder stations that go on a drill battery. Okay. The problem is that's going to be a bit bulky to carry around in a bag. That's the only thing, Thomas. Let's do the other 10 then. This is the dodgy looking one. See, that's not too bad. 12.65 and a 3.9 ohm. Who's nearest to 12.65? Timothy's 12.5. Derek 12.8. I think it's in between Derek and Timothy. I can't do the maths on that. TS 101. A TS 101. See, I've got a Portasil one myself, Anthony, but you can't get the tips for it anymore. You can't get the heads for it anymore. I've used that a lot for amateur radio stuff, for doing the coax plugs outside. It's perfect for that, but it's a bit hot for normal soldering. Right, all the rest of these are 2.5s. So, if you want to have a guess, I've got, what have I got? I've got four 2.5s here, so I'm going to do these off camera again and work out an average, so you can have a guess at the 2.5 average then. You'll be able to hear the noises if there's any dodgy ones, because for a decent cap it should just ping twice, like a ding ding noise. For a bad one it'll go just one ping. For a really bad one it'll go Oh, just one ping there, look. That's one. Next one. Ooh. Okay. I nearly said what that was then. So these are all 2.5s. Okay, and the last one. Oh, oh, oh. Strange. Right. What have you got then? What have you got? Where are we? I got to do the maths. Have you all had a guess yet? You're still getting tips straight from them in Ireland. I'll show you the my portasol in a minute. I think it's a portasol, Anthony, but I looked on eBay the other day. I think I managed to find one on eBay for something like 25 quid for a tip on it. I thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to pay that for it. Okay. I think mine's an older iron though, so it might be that it's obsolete and they don't keep it for it anymore. So the average is 2.765, 2.675. Christoph's 2.71, which is damn close. 2.76. 2.75, Ben. 2.75 got to be Ben, isn't it? Can you change your guess after hearing the pings? The pings were for the ESR because some of these have got quite bad ESR alert. So the very last one was ESR of 5. The best was 3.5. So not great. Let's get my my gas soldering iron in a minute. And these are really, really handy, these gas irons. I say, I think probably Avo with a, not Avo, Weller are probably the best ones, but you can bet your life on that. Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah, it's a portasol. It's a portasol Technic, look. I've had this for many years. There's a regulator on the bottom for the intensity, but I tend to run it up maximum anyway. It's got a little, pardon me, flint in the top. So all you do is pull that off. There's your tip. You slide that up to let the gas out. Light it. Can never see whether it's blooming lit or not. No. Can't see with this light on. No. Now he's lit, I think. Yeah, you can see it glowing now, look. But it is a little bit fierce. I can turn it down. But it does get up to temperature pretty quick. So that's up to temperature already, that. But it's very, very useful for doing coax. I've used this a lot outside and for fixing Mrs. Cruncher's Christmas lights as well. But yeah, that's my Portasol iron. I've had it for many, many years. It looks like my flint might be on its way out as well. Yeah, so it looks like I need a new flint for it as well. So yeah, Portasol Technic. Probably got to let that cool down a minute now. No, they aren't great if it's windy. You one from Radio Shack back in the 70s. Saver flints from disposal lighters. Yeah, that's what I was looking at, Anthony, really, that type. Because I do have a spare power bank here, you see. I do have one of these Anchor power banks. I've got a bigger one that I use for my microphone up there. But something like that is nice and compact. I don't know how long it would last though. I don't know how long one of those would last. I think this one's up to speed. Got a little torch as well, look. What's that? 5,600 milliamps per hour. 1 amp input, 1 amp output. So it depends on the iron really, because that's nice and compact. So that would certainly work. But as I say, there's not any tips, I don't think, available for these now, and that one that I've got there is nearly worn out. I did have 2 or 3 for it, but it's unfortunately pretty much gone. Anyway, I was going to show you what I bought on Amazon the other day. Let's get these out of the way. Now, originally I saw some of these being used by my mate Vince, so I thought they might be really useful for cleaning out through holes and valve sockets, which was these here. So they're like little spiral, you can't really see them very well, can you? Let me go in as close as I can. So can you see they're spiral they're not files, they're not as coarse as a file, they're not as sharp as a file, but there's some really, really tiny ones that you can see there. And right up to some larger ones. I think they're carburetor cleaners or something like that. So that's one part of the kit. And there's another part here which is pretty much the same thing, but these are a little bit better, I would say, because these have got a pointed end on them. So very similar, but they've got points on the end. You see that? And there's some really fine ones which would go through holes, I should think. Let's see if I can find a board here. I've got a spare. So yeah, something like this. If you want to clean out solder holes, would it go through a through hole? Yes, it would. So that's through a violet. So ideal for stuff like this where you get problems with electrolyte going down through the through holes. Yeah. So that's what I bought them for. But it came with lots of this. So that it came with that one and that one. And this also was in the kit. So I thought these have got to be ideal for valve bases. Different sizes. A really fine one there. Get a valve base here. I've got some somewhere. Sure, I've got some valve bases in here somewhere on my valve base. There we go. Got a valve base here we can try. Would that go down in there? No, where's the finest one? That one. No, just a little bit too big for this. These are quite fine. Some of the other valve bases are quite big. So it's a little bit fine for that, but it'd be ideal for cleaning out sockets and that sort of thing, wouldn't it? Like these here. Like these. Get that in there. In fact, you get the larger ones in there. Perfect for cleaning out those lot. But yeah, the bigger valves that they would go down in, but these are the little, can't remember what they call these now. It's a McMurdo valve base. I haven't got a normal one here to hand. So that was the little tiny brushes, and it also came with this. I thought, what on earth is this? But you unscrew that, and you've got a very fine, can you see that? It's like steps, so it's like a miniature reamer. Really, really tiny. Very, very sharp. And again, that can be used to get muck out of the wires. It'll go in the wires, no problem at all. Okay. So, and as you turn it, it sort of cuts as well. So I mean, you have to be careful because it would cut the copper out of the wire. But certainly, that's a very, very useful bit of kit. That. I just thought that was a really nice little set, and it didn't cost hardly anything. If I give you the link to it, I pop the link in here. That's the link to it. If you click that and have a look. Now the iron is Portasol, Rob. I think from what Anthony was saying, it's an Irish company then, is it? You need a PD one that gives 20 volts, do you? Ah, okay, Anthony. Danish. Danish Paul the Goofball. Thanks, Paul. Cheers, mate. So yeah, that was a bit of a bargain, and here it is here, look. $5.99. $5.99. They call it a carburetor cleaning kit, but $5.99. It's unreal, isn't it? Yeah, but it's ideal for what we do. I mean, I shall use that all the time. I've already used it to clean out some gunk from one of these SW55 boards. Nothing else would do it, but these did. I couldn't even get a bit of solder capacitor leg down the hole. So there you are. The link's there in the description if anyone wants it. And as I say, if you use that link, then I'll get probably 7p. Thank you, Rob. Member for 13 months, look. Yeah, I probably get half a pence if you buy that on that link that I've given you there. But I'll pop it in the description as well. I'll pop it in the description of this video in case anybody wants to buy it. I'll stick it right on the very last. So what is that? That's I'll put that down as cleaning tools then on my list. So if you go to my description for this video, if you scroll down, there's a thing that says my tools and equipment with the links to everything that I could find. Some of it's not Amazon links, some of it is. It's Farnell there, soldering station, and my live streaming equipment. I haven't finished this yet, it's a work in progress, so gives you an idea what I'm up to. Oh, did I not have that on the screen? No, I didn't. Let's try that again. There we are. So yeah, this is underneath the description for this video. So in fact, it's on most of the recent live streams. So if you go scroll down through, there's a list of my tools and equipment. I'll just pop that cleaning tools link down the bottom in there for you. But these are Amazon affiliate links, so if anyone buys anything from one of these links, then I'll get a commission. I don't know what it'll be, not a lot, apparently. If I leave it running for 50 years, I'll probably get a tenner. Right, where am I? I'm lost in space. A set of calipers would be good for those, so you know the sizes. Yes, it's got some information on the sizes on the back there. You can't really see that very well, can you, because of the light. It says tip cleaning, use for cleaner drill. I don't know what any of that means, to be fair, but there is some sizes on there. But yeah, really useful. I thought I'd share that with you. I was quite impressed with that for the price. I mean, they might fall apart, but so far they've been very good. There we go. So yeah, I don't know what soldering iron to get, whether to get that, another one of these, a more modern one maybe, because I say I've had this for many, many years. I had this one as a gas engineer. It does say made in Ireland on the bottom, look. You can see that. Made in Ireland. I didn't realise they were made in Ireland, so there you are, Rob. I've got quite a few really interesting things that are building up into the kit now, so I must get a video out soon so I can start showing you what it is. Some of it I'll use on the bench as well, I expect. Oh yeah, the pace one, Rob. Yeah, nice iron. I do have to keep that stuff together though, so I don't lose it. I'll put it back in this bag, otherwise it'll just get lost on the bench. But yeah, as I say, I found the little reamer things that Vince was using. I thought, I wouldn't mind some of those, and I did a bit of a search on Amazon, and that's what I came up with. Made in China carburetor cleaning kit. Yes. So I think next week, I'm not sure what we're going to do next week. I've got a couple bits that I've bought in. I've got this big Grundy to look at. I don't really want to start working on that because I've got the other one in bits still. Bagora. Plastic digital calipers. I've got a couple sets of calipers. I've got the digital ones and I've got some just metal ones as well. The problem with the digital ones, I suppose, if you're out working somewhere in someone's house and you've got this toolkit and your battery goes, you're going to have to carry spare batteries as well, aren't you? This is the thing. Everything, it's like you've got a soldering on, now you've got to carry some solder as well. Do you carry some flux? You know, screwdrivers, there's so many different screwdrivers, but I mean, I tend to use probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 screwdrivers I use the most. The other thing I need to get is another pair of wire cuts, but they make one of these. Now these are the best wire strippers I've ever had. They really are sharp, very sharp. You see the cutting edge there, look. It's a properly fine ground, sharpened cutting edge on these. They really are good. But they come in 2 sizes. I don't really want to have another 2. I think they make one that's got the smaller. I tend to use 0.6 and 0.8 mostly, but very often I'll need a 1 or a 1.3, 1.5. So I really need something that goes from, say, 0.5 up to, say, 1.6. Just in one tool. I don't really want too many tools in the box. Doesn't matter on here because I've got plenty of space to store them, but yeah, it'd be good if you could get tips for this, Rob, because as I say, they did make quite a lot of different tips at the time. I'm trying to think where I bought this from now. But it wasn't cheap. This wasn't a cheap one. These are quite expensive. But yeah, it'd be good to see if I could get some more tips for it. Big Clive. Yeah. Surprised you don't have many sponsors. I know. I mean, PCB Way have contacted me quite a few times saying they want to sponsor videos, etc., but it's just putting together adverts and stuff like that. I did do one for them, but they didn't like it, so I thought, well, I'll sod you. But yeah, it's a shame I don't get any sponsors with Tably, but you never know. Yeah, I've got another one of those Grundigs, Rob, just arrived. It's in a box downstairs. I've also bought another one of those Sharp boom boxes for the aerial. But yeah, I've got some really nice tools building up in here. I've decided to go with Stanley screwdrivers, so I've got these Stanley Fatmax screwdrivers for my mobile kit. Stanley screwdrivers were always pretty good. They got cheap ones that aren't really designed for heavy use, and they got the Fatmax ones, which tend to be a bit better quality. So I've got a set of these. This is just an extra long 4mm again for me portable toolkit. So yeah, got quite a few bits building up in there. Every time I think of something, I see what my PayPal balance is, and if it's acceptable, I'll get it. Like, shut this up, right? Yeah, PCB Way will sponsor me. I've just got to put a video out there for them. But as I say, being that I'm working, it's difficult for me to do a lot of videos. They don't really want me doing live streams. They want pre-recorded videos, which I don't do a lot of. There we are. So that's it for today, people. I'm gonna knock it on the head a little bit early because we are off out in a bit. And let's hope we can win the cash bingo. I can buy lots of things then, can't I? Nah, it'll all go in Mrs. Cruncher's purse, I expect. That's the plan. So if you've enjoyed that today, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave any comments. I will do a little video when this goes back in the case, but it is ready to go back in the case now. I just need to trim it very slightly just to bring the FM back in. And once I've done that, it can go on to its new owner. So thanks everybody for joining me today and for the super chats and the tips and for all the banter. So you stay safe. Hang on, what's going on here? And I will see you next Sunday, if not before. So bye for now.